Why you need a website. Turning online visitors into warm leads. Now, what we're going to talk about today, I guarantee is going to ruffle some feathers. But I'm going to give you my experience, my thoughts, my understanding of this subject. And I will tell you that it is shared by most of the top online earners on the internet, right? So, okay, let's just jump into it, because what we're really talking about here is not necessarily why you need a website intrinsically because of a website, but what does a website do for you, right? If you understand what a website is, it is your presence. And within that website, obviously, you can have things about who you are, how to get a hold of you, what products you have, and so forth. But it also allows you to create lead magnets with that domain and build your email list, right? And I was taught a long time ago, and I didn't believe it, right? And I remember when I first got started in network marketing, I had a lot of people say, Ron, the most important thing you do is build your list. Give a list, write down a list, give me 100 names. And I'm like, yeah. And then over the years, as I started building websites and marketing online and learning more and more and more and taking courses and getting mentoring from some of the most important people online, people like, Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone and Amy Porterfield and Graham Cochran and on, and some of the biggest, online network marketers like Ray Higdon and Eric Worre, and of course, Robert Hollis, my mentor and amazing friend. All of these people said the same thing. You need a list. You need to have people to talk to, right? And there are two ways to do that. One is the going thing that's going on right now, the thing that is probably the most popular, whether it's right or wrong, and that's social media, right? In social media, you really don't build a list. You build followings of people, and you hope they see what you've got, and you hope that the algorithm doesn't change every other minute like it does. But it is a good way to connect and be social, right? That's what social media is. It's a way to be social. The other way is by building an email list. And that's what we're going to really talk about today. So you'll find out that there are followers and subscribers. Followers are bystanders. Email subscribers are warm leads. So the controversy of social media versus email marketing. Email is more important than social media, right? Does having all of your social media followers translate into making more money? No. Is email marketing really where the money is? Short answer, yes, right? So you have a social media following of 10,000, 100,000, 500,000 people. Does that translate into making more money? Not necessarily at all, because you have no control of who sees what you do. Whereas email marketing is very targeted, very connecting, it's a great way for you to build relationships. And we're going to talk about that, right? So there's going to be a lot of text here. I'm going to read some of it just so you understand, but followers are bystanders, right? They're looking at why social media seems to be a sexy tool to promote your business. Email is still the dominant tool for actually putting money in your pocket. And I'm going to show you why. The truth about social media is that followers are just bystanders, while email subscribers, on the other hand, are warm leads. Think about it. It takes little commitment to click like or follow on your social. Passing glance, funny tweet, meme, whatever. Someone who clicks follow is simply saying, yeah, I want to see a bit more of this. But that's it. That's all. That's all they're doing, right? They stand back and watch you from afar with little commitment or buy in to what your brand is all about, right? They saw something funny. They saw something cute. Okay, I'm going to follow. I'm going to like that, right? Email subscribers, on the other hand, are warm leads. They've taken things to a whole step further. They've given you their email address. They have taken an active role in connecting with you. They're interested in what you have to offer, because by subscribing, not only are they saying they like what you do, but also they want you to reach out to them with more. This is what makes selling to your email list far more, incredibly more profitable than trying to sell or promote on social media. If you talk to the big leaders out there, and I find this in my own business, is to build, and I've built social media organizations, especially in network marketing, of quite a few people, and it takes quite a few people. Whereas in email marketing, it takes significantly less, right? This is what makes selling to your email list far more profitable than trying to sell and promote on social media. Doesn't mean it can't happen, doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It's just a lot more work and a lot less profitable. Okay, here's some stats. According to 2019 study from OptinMaster, email is a preferred channel for promotions by consumers. 3 times that of social media. And this is 2019. It is only higher now in 2023. If you're watching this and when I made this video, right? It also has a 3 times conversion rate of that of social media. And not only that, but it also has almost 40 times the engagement rate that social media has. The same article also went on to say that 60% of consumers state that they have made a purchase as a result of a marketing message they received by email. On the other side of that, only 12.5% of them even considered a buy button as a purchase driver on social media. Just doesn't happen, right? This is huge. Why is this huge? Because email drives sales far more than social media does. But it doesn't stop there. According to December 2020, now a year later, article on emarketer.com, email leads social media as the most effective channel for customer retention by 20%. Okay. Social media, I love this. Social media is renting, email is owning. You have no idea when social media is going to shut you down or if they're going to shut you down. I see this every day in our business right now is TikTok especially. They shut my TikTok down. They shut my Instagram down. I'm in Facebook jail all the time, right? This is happening. Not only that, but they change their rules and algorithms all the time. I remember it used to be if I had 1,000 people, 1,000 friends on Facebook, I could be relatively certain if I put a post up, 1,000 people would see it. Now I even get things like my wife coming to me and saying, how come you never comment on what I put up there? It's like, honey, because Facebook doesn't show it to me. I just don't see it. I look at my feed and, very seldom does it come up. Well, if they can't figure out that she's my wife and they should be showing me her stuff, that's sad, right? They have control, not you. You can spend years building a substantial following on any of these platforms, and the blink of an eye, you no longer have the ability to get in touch with those people, and your account can be shut down, all because the rules were changed. When you build your business on a social media platforms, you are essentially building your business in someone else's backyard or someone else's world. You're playing in their sandbox, and they can change things in an instant. Remember MySpace? Exactly. Right? They come and go. Now we have another social media platform out. We got 2 or 3 of them out. When TikTok came along, all of a sudden it was TikTok, and who knows how long. I remember years ago it was Periscope, which was a Twitter thing. They come and go very, very quickly. It's like the old Wizard of Oz. People come and go so quickly here, right? They do. Okay. Email, on the other hand, is less like renting a house where your landlord can evict you or raise the rent or shut you down, kick you out at any moment in time, and more like home ownership where you can do what you want in your house and your payment stays virtually the same. With an email list, you own the list. This is so important for you to understand. You own that list, right? You can always export that list to a spreadsheet, a CSV file or something, and you'll always have that list. I know people that are out there that create big lists and then sell them. Not a big fan of that, but that list is yours to do what you want. You're not going to wake up one morning and say, you know what? I think I better put myself in email list jail. I think I'm going to shut my email down. Boy, I don't know what I was thinking. I need to shut it down. It's your list. The algorithm doesn't change. People have opted in to your list because of the value that you give and the value that you continue to give. And if they've opted in because they want to learn about email marketing or online marketing, they know they're not going to get emails about, how to cook some Oriental food or something that's not even related to what they're doing. Whereas on social media, We get that stuff all the time. I've shut my TikTok account down because they just kept sending me stuff that I would never look at. And I kept on having to say, don't do this, don't do this. Yet they kept doing it, right? You have the power to show up directly in your subscribers' inbox, even if they never hop on social media anymore. And the best part is, most people rarely change their email addresses. I have people in my list that have not only Hotmail, but have AOL.com emails. And how long has AOL been out of the picture? In the same campaigns, you can reach 40 to 45% open rates, which is something you can't achieve with social media. Higher click rates. According to other statistics, email marketing campaigns can see 50 to 100 times the click-through rates from Facebook and Twitter. Email is still king. It's 80% in the 80-20 rule as of July 24th, 2023 this year. Okay. Right now, go to just about any major brand website, major influencer where you like to shop, and notice what happens. A pop-up will likely appear asking you to do something or giving you something. And what are they asking you for? Is it to follow them on Instagram or to like them on Facebook? Nope. And this is key for you to understand. Look at the major players out there and see how many of them are saying, oh, please follow me on Facebook or, join me on Instagram and things like that. They're not. They're giving you something. Maybe it's a coupon. Maybe it's an ebook. Maybe it's a checklist. Maybe it's something of value. It's something of value, and they want your email address, right? They want one thing and one thing only, your email address. Oh, they'll give you something in exchange, of course, right? 25% off your first order, free shipping, exclusive guide, video download, whatever. They will offer something you want in exchange for what they want, your email address. And why are they doing this? Common sense, right? Because they know what I just shared with you. In order to sell more products and grow their business, they'd rather be in your inbox the moment they have a sale or new item available than to hope and pray that you see what they have on social media, right? You may be offering something that's on your Facebook or your TikTok or your Instagram, and you have 10,000 followers and only 100 of those people ever see what you give. And you spend all that time building it. All right, your business needs a website, okay? Why do you need a website? Not a complicated, not a perfect website, just a good website. Specifically one that is optimized for what? We think it should be optimized for SEO. We think it should be optimized for speed. We think it should be optimized for all these things. But in reality, it should be optimized for building your email list, period. And I can tell you, again, I have changed my whole thought process in the last year or two on this. And I've taken course after course, spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on getting mentorship with people. And I always ask them the same thing. What is the most important? If I throw everything else out, what's the most important thing I should be doing for my business? And every single time the answer is building your email list. Okay? So what I want to do right now is give you context of what your website needs and doesn't need to be effective in building your business. After that, we'll walk through my favorite tools for actually building your site quickly and easily, and then we'll go from there. So let's start with a harsh reality, right? Most websites are one big, expensive business card. That's all they are. There's too much information about the owner, the business, and not enough about the customers. I love, if you haven't read the book, Building Your Story Brand by Dennis, I can't remember his last name, but it is an incredible book, and he talks about there how we become the guide and our customers become the hero. Well, for them to become the hero and for us to guide properly, we need to know what their problems are, what their challenges are, and how we can solve them. The truth is if you're lucky enough to have someone land on your website, you only have 3 seconds to grab their attention before they leave your site for good. So you want to be able to direct that. You want to be able to control that. You want to have a site that is incredibly optimized for gaining their email list, because if you understand they're only going to be there for a second and they may never come back again, if you don't get their email, you're not going to be able to continue that relationship going. All right. The solution, powerful headline that states how you can solve their problem. The headline is the most prominent text on the top of your website, right? It's what we call the hero section. It is that first thing above what they call the fold, right? And this has been around for a long time. I remember growing up, we always had a newspaper, the local newspaper, the Detroit News or Dearborn Press or whatever, on our coffee table when I was a kid. And it was all folded up, and all you saw what was up, facing upwards on the folded newspaper. If I wanted to see anything else, I had to pick it up, unfold it, unwrap it, do all of these things to get to the rest of it. But walking by, I always saw what was on the top right there while it was folded up. That's where the saying came above the fold, right? You should be able to read the headline without having to scroll down on the site. The headline is the most important text on your site because it's the only thing every site visitor is guaranteed to see, right? When they go to your site, that's the first place they're going to see. If they never scroll down again, that is where you're going to grab them. Okay? So 3 things to an effective headline. Be focused on the customer instead of yourself or your brand. Everybody thinks, well, yeah, but I got to convince them I'm good, I know things, and my brand is good and all this stuff. Doesn't matter. Wanting to promote themselves first is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Doing so is completely backward. Your headline and your entire website should talk to them about them. Number 2, clearly state the benefits, not the features, right? And I always use this as an example because I love, I know most of us don't watch commercials anymore, but car commercials seem to really have it nailed. I was watching a commercial the other day on Land Rovers. I think it's called their Discover series of trucks and so forth. And out there driving through the forest, through these creeks, and they're pulling big boats, and they're pulling RVs and trailers behind them. They're going up the sides of mountains, and they're going all these exciting places outdoors and doing all these exciting things. And I looked at that and thought, wow, if I ever get a truck that, I want to do that with, which I love the outdoors, I love being out there and driving around and stuff, so that would be the one I'd like to look at it. It does everything. Now, those are the benefits. If I get that truck, that's the benefit I'll have, is I'll be able to do that, right? They didn't talk about my gallons per, mile, or, what kind of undercarriage it had, or suspension, or what tires it was. Any of the features, I didn't care about that. Now, will I look at that when I go to purchase it? Yeah, if I go down to the dealership and go to purchase it, then I want more details than that. But what gets me there is the benefits. The features are self-focused. Solutions are others-focused, right? Understand that features are self-focused. Solutions are other-focused. People don't care about your products or services as much as they care about the solutions to their problems that you or your product can offer them. Right? I love that car because of what it can do. Now, there's another one where they're using a bunch of the Marvel characters like Captain Marvel and some of the other Avengers and things like that. And they're driving these high-speed sports cars through the desert and spinning them around and just having a ball in them, right? You look at that and go, yeah. They don't talk about how many horsepower the engines have. I think these are EVs or what do they call them? Hybrids and things like that, right? So it's the fun, the benefits. What if I get this? What is it going to do? If I take this course, what's it going to do? If I buy this product, what's it going to do for me? What's the benefit, not the features, right? And so many people spend time on talking about, this berry does this and this and everything else, and it's they don't care, right? I had someone the other day say, yeah, but I've got my thing and it says here, start your digital marketing course today. It's like, well, why? That's really cool. That's a cool feature. It's a digital marketing course, but why do I need that? What's the benefit of me doing that, right? Because it hits their pain point. They're trying to build more time freedom in their life, even though they make good money. Their wife and they both work, and they've got kids, but they just don't have any time to spend with it. So the benefit would be if I purchase this course and go through it and learn how to build my passion online to profit, then I will be able to, have that stuff. Okay. And number 3, don't be vague. Remember, you only have 3 seconds to grab their attention on your site, so you must be clear. Author and marketer Donald Miller always says, when you confuse, you lose, right? Clarity matters here. For example, I once saw this headline on a website, and this is so cool. Discovering your greatness one day at a time. We know what that means, right? What does that mean? But it didn't matter. It grabbed my attention. Discovering your greatness one day at a time. It was empowering enough and compelling enough. I don't know if that's a word, but it grabbed my attention. It was right there, and I had to find out what was going on with it. Okay. Be focused on the customer instead of on yourself and your brand. Clearly state the benefits, not the features, and don't be vague. Okay. Here are some great examples. How to generate 195,000 visitors a month without spending $1 on ads. Right. This is from Neil Patel. He's an online marketer and does incredible work and training. Super fast and secure web hosting and content marketing and SEO tools. Okay. This is from a web hosting. Right. How does it do it? What are the features of it? I don't know, but it's super fast and secure. So that's what I need, right? Create radio-worthy songs from your bedroom or home studio. Okay. Now this is one, and I put it in there as my own, but it's not my own. It's from a gentleman by the name of Graham Cochran, and from his Recording Revolution, and it's again, create radio-worthy songs from your bedroom or home studio. Again, that's the benefit of his course. Okay. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, lead magnets, because we all know, or we should know, that we want to collect email addresses by now, right? We want to get their email address. So what is the best way to get the email address? Lead magnets. Giving somebody something of value that relates to them, their pain points, their avatar, whoever that your ideal customer avatar is, whatever your ICA's challenges are in life, okay, or desires, or dreams, a lead magnet that will help them along that way. Okay. Most websites give visitors too many options, which only distract them. Instead of telling them to follow you on Facebook or Instagram or read your about page, your website should focus on one thing and one thing only: capturing visitors' email addresses. Now, if you've got like an Amazon.com or something like that, where you have an online store that people are purchasing from and everything, then, obviously when they purchase, you're going to get their email and everything else. But if you're building a business and you have other products that you want to get your audience in front of, then you need to build your email address. If they leave without giving you that email address, they will likely never come back. It's just the facts. I've heard people talk about don't, whatever you do, don't put a squeeze page on your funnels and stuff, because when you start asking them for their name and email, or even just their email, it creates resistance, and then they're not going to go any further, and they'll never buy anything, okay? Think about that. The logic and the common sense behind that is ridiculous, right? It's like driving down the road and saying, I hate having to buy tires all the time. They keep wearing out. I think I'm just not going to use tires anymore. We'd all laugh and think, well, you must be a little ignorant in that arena, right? We go buy better tires, okay? Think about your own situation. Do you ever go to a website and give them your name and email? Everybody that has ever said that to me, I ask them that question, and they all give me the same answer. Oh, yeah. All the time. I'm getting emails from all kinds of people because I put my name and my email. So the question isn't, whether or not I should have an opt-in page that, gives them something of value for their email. The question is, why am I not looking at the ones that I went to, that I gave my name and email to, and seeing what they're doing and how they grab my attention and do the same thing for my audience so that I can get their email? Because just like it says here, they will likely never come back. We know that it takes 5 to 7 times, and I was seeing someplace the other day, in this economy, it takes upwards of 20 times for people to make a decision on to buy something and to, purchase something, even if it's a freebie sometimes, right? So if you don't collect their email, you've lost out. So remember, if you were lucky enough that they found you in the ever-growing sea of digital content, digital marketing, and everything else, then you can't bank on being lucky enough that they will find their way back in the future. The chances of them bookmarking your site because they got interrupted so that they can come back to it are slim to none. And you surely shouldn't be basing your business on the fact that they might do that. Okay? If you capture the email addresses before they disappear for good, you now have an open door. You can email them exclusive content, point them to your latest post video to add more value for free, thereby creating that know, like, and trust, that relationship. Eventually, you can offer them your product or services and sell directly through email, which we've already seen statistically is significantly higher percentage of sales and success, right? You can opt to and point them back to your site, right? So you can always continue to keep, pointing them to your YouTube channel, pointing them to your blog, your podcast, continue to build that know, like, and trust, that connection, that relationship. So the question you might be asking is, how do I collect their email addresses? Well, first I can tell you what not to do. Do not simply put an email opt-in form saying join our newsletter. I want to roll over and fall out of my chair every time I see a site that says that. Join our email newsletter. Join here. Buy now. It says people just don't want to join anything, right? Right. And again, nobody wants to join an email list. Nobody wants to read another email newsletter. In fact, nobody wants more emails in their inbox already. Right? So you better have something good that's going to draw their attention, that's going to make them say, you know what, I need to give my name and email, at least my email here, because I want this, right? So why in the world would someone offer you their email so willingly? Because you're going to give them something in exchange for it. Someone lands on your website, we want to immediately offer them a gift. Period. End of story. First thing above the fold in the hero section, we want to offer them something that is targeted to our ICA, or our ideal customer avatar. Specifically, a benefit-driven lead magnet. I'm letting that sink in there. Benefit-driven lead magnet, right? And what is a lead magnet? Okay, it simply is something that will immediately help you solve someone's problem. Okay? So, here are 5 quick, irresistible lead magnet ideas, right? One is multi-step guide example. Okay, this is a classic email. It's focused on giving your audience 5, 3, 4, 7, 10 steps that they can follow to achieve a desired result that is congruent with the problems and the challenges they have, right? What is the solution they are looking for in their niche, and how you can map out a simple PDF guide of 3 to 10 things that give them the steps to get where they're going, right? And have that success. Okay? The number of steps doesn't matter, just that it is a concrete number and will lead to a benefit or a solution at the end of those steps. Okay? And again, be specific on what the benefit is if they do it. Right? Number 2 is a checklist or cheat sheet. It's even easier. This is a simple list of quick and easy strategies, rules, tips, techniques, hacks that your audience can use right away. Nothing in depth, but just some very simple, easy to implement ideas on your topic. In fact, they convert so well because people know that they aren't too in depth, just quick wins. And that's what they want. They want not only wins, but they want quick and easy wins. Right? Stack benefit. How-to example. How to earn $1,000 a month of passive income in just 30 minutes a day. Right? Again. So you're showing them how to get one benefit while also adding another. How to benefit. Okay? That's well, I love that title there. How to earn $1,000 a month of passive income. First benefit in just 30 minutes a day. Second benefit, right? How to lose 5 pounds a week. First benefit without any exercise. Second benefit. Okay. Number 4, the ultimate guide example. This one, you see them all the time. Ultimate guide to email copywriting. The ultimate guide to losing 5 pounds in the next 5 days. It's a long, in-depth, and complete. That's the appeal. That it is the ultimate guide to whatever your topic is. And last but not least, the multi-day challenge. 7-day mind, body, heart challenge. This is a powerful lead magnet for many people because it isn't just information, but motivation and accountability. So always be looking at the things that are going to give benefit to your ICA in that niche that you're looking at. Okay. All right. So now we know that email marketing is significantly better than social media marketing. And here's the benefit in social media. For those people, I just don't enjoy social media anymore. There's too much nonsense out there. It takes too much time. I see people with their hands on their phones all day long. Yeah, I gotta comment on this. Hold on. I just gotta send a comment back. I gotta join another group. I gotta engage. I gotta, do all these things. Gotta get automation to engage. I gotta, all of these things, right? Doesn't mean it doesn't have a place. And it is my opinion, along with a lot of, if not most, of the big entrepreneurs out there, online marketers and so forth, that social media is good to point people back and get them on your email list. That's what it's good for. It's not good for building your brand necessarily or any of those things, because you have no control over who sees what you've got. But hopefully, if you put enough constant content out there on a regular basis and you're always promoting your free lead magnets, you're going to build your list, and that's where the magic begins, right? So now that I've made the case that you need an email list of warm leads to promote your future products, and your website should be created in such a way where it gets people to join your list. Let's talk techie. This is what I love, right? We'll start with the tools I recommend for the job, and then I'll give you some helpful suggestions on how to build beautiful, professional, functional website, right? Quick caveat. There are many great tools to choose from. There's hundreds of them out there. This is in no way, means, shape, or form exhaustive. It contains my favorites because of either cost, simplicity, or both. Okay. Website builder. 3 come to mind. WordPress. WordPress is a free platform. It's got thousands of plugins you can add to it. You can go to WordPress.com, I believe, or .org. One of the two of them will allow you to actually host it there, but it's all branded by WordPress. Or you can get yourself your own, like go to GoDaddy, get yourself a domain, and do the hosting right there. There's all kinds of host companies out there, anywhere from $10 to $30 or $40 or $50 a month, and then do a self-hosting WordPress, and it's relatively straightforward to learn. It's hard for me to say sometimes because I'm a software engineer and programmer, so it's easy. It was easy for me. Squarespace I haven't really used, but I know a lot of people like it. It's a bit more limited than WordPress because WordPress has been around forever and all kinds of third-party plugins in it. But it is good, and it's got some themes and so forth that you can use, and it does a good job. Kajabi. Now, why is Kajabi on here? Because you've got Kajabi, you got Kartra, you got ClickFunnels, you got Go High Level, you've got System.io, the list goes on and on and on of all these all-in-ones that do websites and so forth. But again, I'm sharing with you the ones that I like, and I've tried just about every single one of them. I think all of them, to be honest. And you're going to spend a little bit more money, but what you're going to get is the epitome of a business in a box. Not only can you build your website, but you can build funnels, you can do your email marketing, you can do everything for one price, right? It's a lot pricier than WordPress or Squarespace, but it gives you everything where all WordPress and Squarespace give you is the website side of things, okay? So, yeah, if you want to check it out, 30 days, you can go to rondeering.com/Kajabi. I'll give you a 30-day trial. If you go to their regular website, it's only 14 days. I'll give you a 30-day trial. It doesn't cost you any more or anything else. And I'm going to give you a free mini course on Kajabi so you can really take advantage of that 30 days and build something and really check it out and see everything that it does. So, again, rondeering.com/Kajabi. I'm going to recommend Kajabi because in the case you want to try it out for free, again, here's the link is there, rondeering.com/Kajabi. And you're going to see a program that is used by some of the biggest marketers on Brendan Burchard, Amy Porterfield, Graham Cochran. The list goes on and on of people that we've all heard and know are making millions and millions of dollars online, and they are using Kajabi. Okay. Email marketing services. Again, there's a lot of them out there. MailChimp, A lot of people use MailChimp because it's free to get started. There's Aweber, there's ActiveCampaign, there's ConvertKit, there's Infusionsoft, there's a ton of them. They all have their pluses and minuses. Again, for me, I like Kajabi because I don't need MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, or any of those. I just need Kajabi. It does all of that for me. So again, as far as the power of it and the cost of it, I get to eliminate a lot of different things because I can do it all with Kajabi. Okay. 5 elements your website needs. Okay. Homepage. Okay. That's where your lead magnet is going to be, in that hero section right off the bat. When people type in yourawesomebusiness.com, they'll land on your homepage. This is the first impression. Common things to include on this page are benefit-driven headline, subheadline that gives more detail about the lead magnet, opt-in box, email addresses. The goal of this page is to communicate who you help, not who you are, but who you help and what you help them to do, and ultimately capture the email. Nothing more, nothing less. About page obviously is about you. It should be all about your visitor. What this means is a good about page should instantly connect with your prospect and identify with their pain, problems, hopes, and dreams. Okay. In essence, tell them what your site and business is all about, which is helping them. And then a blog or a content page. Okay. Whether you want to do articles or YouTube videos or whatever, you should have a repository of content that's yours, that you have total control over. Even though YouTube doesn't shut down people very often and you've got a lot of control over it, it still is somebody else's backyard. Okay. Contact page, just some ways for them to get a hold of you, email address, a form, whatever, right? And then last but not least, a pop-up. Finally, you'll want to add a pop-up or a light box to your site. This is simply a box that appears within a few seconds of people landing there that, again, is going to get that lead magnet offer in front of them. So whether you're using WordPress or Squarespace or Kajabi, you can create email opt-ins. Obviously, Kajabi makes this very, very easy to do because it's all built in. What about the visual style? Does it matter? And I apologize. This is going longer than I would hope it would go, but I think this is important information, right? When it comes to your website, how it should look is good news. All of today's website builders come with a ton of beautiful templates. So you don't have to worry about trying to figure out, I'm terrible when it comes to color schemes and, my color palette and how the colors go together, and templates make it so easy. Even though I build websites all the time, or did, I don't do very many anymore because I don't have to, but they all come with these templates that you can use, right? 2 simple rules of thumb that will help ensure your site looks its best no matter what design you do start with. For credibility, it's best to use no more than 2 primary colors for your website, text and buttons. And the same thing goes with fonts. Don't put hundreds of different fonts, fancy fonts that people have a hard time reading, and all of these other things. Don't use hundreds of different colors. Keep things simple, right? And if you start with a professionally designed theme in either Kajabi, Squarespace, WordPress, or whatever program you happen to be using, you should be in good shape. Okay. All right, let's wrap this up. One final thought. Okay. One final but important thought is this. Your lead magnet is the most important thing you can promote publicly. Whenever you are creating content, make sure that you are giving away a lead magnet that's congruent with what the content you are putting out there is. If I'm doing a short video, like a YouTube short, or I'm doing a long tail video on YouTube, I'm always going to give them something to make their situation better, right? Build on my ICA's pain points, their challenges, their dreams, their goals, their desires, right? So, whether on social media, at the end of your YouTube video, latest podcast, even if you're being interviewed, whenever you're given an option to call people to action, the action you want them to take is one thing and one thing only. give their email to download your lead magnet. Email list building is critical to making money. So as you create more content and grow your audience, always call that audience to go deeper into the relationship with you by downloading your guide, cheat sheet, video, whatever it might be. Here's one pro tip for you. To make this easier is to purchase an easy to remember and easy to spell domain that can forward to a lead magnet opt-in page on your website. I can't tell you how many people that I coach and mentor that ask me about domain names. And what do you think of my domain name? I got such and such a mama, not such a mama lama, right? Or they're using all these, what they think are catchy domain names. Fine and dandy. But if I want to go look at Tony Robbins, I go to TonyRobbins.com. Pretty straightforward, right? GrantCardone.com, AmyPorterfield.com, GrahamCochran.com, EricRory.com, RayHigdon.com. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You're branding something that you are trying to build and know, like, and trust with what? With your fancy domain name or with you? Make it easy. Make it easy for them to remember you. I was helping one lady. Her last name was very hard to pronounce and spell, but her first name was Emily. Her last name started with K, so it was Success with Emily K or Work with Emily K. It still pointed to her and made sense, right? That way, when you're giving away your lead magnets, rondeering.com/Kajabi, whatever it might be, whatever you're talking about, right? So, I hope this makes sense for you. I'm going to give you a link to my lead magnet on creating lead magnets and email campaigns. Okay, it's a short one, and I apologize. I don't have the link off the top of my head, but I will put it on the video and in the description below, and it's free to you. Just go to rondeering.com / whatever that slug is, and you can get it. It's in the bottom of this description. First line you'll see, and it's also will be in the video itself. I can't stress enough that I know people love social media. There are some people that love it, some people that hate it, some people can take it or leave it. But at the end of the day, if you want to build a solid, long-term, passive income business, you need to build your email list. Using social media to do that is perfectly great, perfectly fine. But as long as you understand that you can't do it long-term through social media because you have no idea and you are playing in somebody else's backyard, somebody else's sandbox, and they make up all the rules. God bless you. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas season. I hope you have a beautiful New Year. It is December 27th today, so we're getting ready to start 2024, and I hope this will help you build a business that is long-lasting and has passive income that you so deserve and so desire. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.